This is Zeus from Olympus. If you are watching this, keep it to yourself. Greetings, esteemed heroes of Dominion. Zeus here, presenting you with an enlightening video dedicated solely to understanding the intricate art of countering with Satori. What began as a discussion on general hero counters evolved into a revelation. Satori's prowess extends far beyond mere adversaries. Prepare to be amazed as we delve into the depths of Satori's abilities and unveil the myriad heroes he can effectively counter. Let's kick things off by exploring Satori's formidable skill, Ravenous Pack. With this ability, Satori's basic attacks inflict magic damage upon his foes, adorned with the dreaded foxfire marks. But the true brilliance of Ravenous Pack lies in its activation. Upon triggering the skill, enemies suffer damage for each foxfire mark they bear, a devastating onslaught that leaves no adversary unscathed. Each mark inflicts a staggering 81,293 points of damage, ensuring that Satori's enemies feel the full force of his wrath. But that's not all. Satori's violet skill, Imminent Reckoning, takes his counters to new heights. With this skill, Satori blankets enemies with 9 foxfire marks whenever they gain bonus energy. It matters not how this bonus energy is acquired, whether through the execution of skills, the exchange of base attacks, or the dodging of physical attacks, Satori's vigilant gaze ensures that no energy gain goes unnoticed. This leaves his adversaries vulnerable to his relentless assault, trapped within the fiery embrace of the foxfire marks. It's crucial to note that the scope of Satori's counters is vast, encompassing a plethora of heroes. From those who rely on skill activations to those who thrive on physical prowess, none are spared from Satori's meticulous scrutiny. Heroes boasting the dodge stat find themselves particularly susceptible, as their attempts to evade attacks not only grant them bonus energy but also draw Satori's relentless ire. In the realm of hero wars, Satori stands as a formidable counter to Aurora, the agile and elusive hero. Despite Aurora's reliance on her dodge stat, bolstered further by Cane patronage and the Cane pet in battle, Satori's cunning strategy proves to be her downfall. Utilizing his Ravenous Pack skill, Satori applies foxfire marks to Aurora with each dodge, ultimately overwhelming her defenses and rendering her vulnerable to his devastating attacks. In the intricate dance of combat, Satori emerges victorious as he outwits and overcomes his elusive adversary, Aurora. In the dynamic world of hero wars, Dante's agile prowess encounters a formidable challenge in the strategic brilliance of Satori. While Dante relies on his dodge stat for defense, each evasive maneuver inadvertently grants him bonus energy. However, Satori's Ravenous Pack skill cunningly capitalizes on Dante's dodges, marking him with foxfire symbols with each evasion. This relentless assault leaves Dante vulnerable to Satori's onslaught, as his cunning counters prevail over even the most agile adversaries. In Hero Wars, Elmir faces a similar challenge to Aurora and Dante when supported by Cane patronage. Despite his dodge stats enhanced defense, each evasion grants him bonus energy, inadvertently playing into Satori's cunning strategy. As Satori marks him with foxfire symbols, Elmir finds himself vulnerable to Satori's relentless assault, proving Satori's mastery over even the most elusive adversaries. In Hero Wars, Qingmao faces a challenge akin to Dante and Aurora when supported by Cane patronage. Reliant on her dodge stat, bolstered by Cane's patronage, Qingmao unwittingly grants herself bonus energy with each evasion. This plays into Satori's cunning strategy, as he marks her with foxfire symbols, leaving her vulnerable to his relentless assault. In the end, Satori's mastery prevails over even the most elusive adversaries like Qingmao. Jorgen's Cycle of Energies skill provides an ally with a magic shield, accelerating their energy gain. However, Satori's cunning strategy comes into play. By marking the shielded ally with foxfire symbols through Ravenous Pack, Satori renders the shield useless and leaves the ally vulnerable to his relentless assault. Furthermore, Satori capitalizes on Jorgen's energy-stealing violet skill, considering the stolen energy as bonus energy, which Satori can exploit to devastating effect. Thus, Satori effectively counters Jorgen's defensive abilities with his strategic prowess and manipulation of bonus energy. In Hero Wars, Jet's dodge stat becomes his downfall in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. While Jet relies on his dodge stat for defense, each evasion grants him bonus energy, unwittingly aiding Satori's plans. Through his Ravenous Pack skill, Satori marks Jet with foxfire symbols, rendering his defenses ineffective and exposing him to Satori's attacks. Thus, Satori effectively counters Jet's reliance on his dodge stat, demonstrating his mastery over his adversaries. Orion's vulnerability lies in his own violet skill, Full Charge, which grants him additional energy with each attack. Satori capitalizes on this, marking Orion with foxfire symbols, through his Ravenous Pack skill. As a result, Satori neutralizes Orion's energy gain, leaving him exposed and susceptible to Satori's relentless assault. In Hero Wars, Ishmael's reliance on his dodge skill becomes his Achilles heel in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. While Ishmael evades attacks with his dodge skill, each successful evasion inadvertently grants him bonus energy, unwittingly aiding Satori's plans. Satori seizes this opportunity, marking Ishmael with foxfire symbols through his Ravenous Pack skill, nullifying his defensive advantage and leaving him vulnerable to Satori's relentless assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Ishmael's reliance on his dodge skill, demonstrating his tactical superiority on the battlefield. In Hero Wars, Nebula's reliance on her dodge stat, especially when supported by Kane patronage, proves to be her downfall in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. As Nebula evades attacks with her dodge stat, each successful evasion grants her bonus energy, inadvertently playing into Satori's hands. Exploiting this vulnerability, Satori marks Nebula with foxfire symbols, through his Ravenous Pack skill, neutralizing her defensive advantage and leaving her vulnerable to his relentless assault. In the realm of Hero Wars, Heidi's reliance on her dodge stat, compounded by her violet skill, camouflage, becomes her undoing in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. As Heidi evades attacks with her dodge stat and camouflage skill, each successful evasion inadvertently grants her bonus energy, unwittingly aiding Satori's plans. Seizing upon this vulnerability, Satori marks Heidi with foxfire symbols through his Ravenous Pack skill, nullifying her defensive advantage and leaving her vulnerable to his relentless assault. In the realm of Hero Wars, Kark's skill, Negator of Laws, proves to be his downfall in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. When Kark activates this skill, he opens an interdimensional rift that blocks enemy physical attacks for 8 seconds, gaining additional energy for each attack blocked. However, this reliance on Negator of Laws inadvertently exposes Kark's vulnerability to Satori's tactics. Seizing upon this opportunity, Satori marks Kark with foxfire symbols through his Ravenous Pack skill, nullifying the effectiveness of Negator of Laws and leaving Kark vulnerable to Satori's relentless assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Kark's reliance on this skill, showcasing his tactical mastery on the battlefield. Polaris falls victim to her own skill set, particularly Glacial Fortress. This ability grants her an ice barrier that absorbs hits and grants her bonus energy. However, when facing Satori's cunning strategy, Polaris's reliance on Glacial Fortress backfires. As Satori marks her with foxfire symbols, the bonus energy gained from the barrier empowers him, leaving Polaris vulnerable to his relentless assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Polaris's defense, showcasing his tactical mastery on the battlefield. Tristan becomes vulnerable to Satori's cunning strategy due to his skill, Blessed Vanguard. This skill allows Tristan to gain bonus energy whenever the ally in front of him gains energy, with the amount increasing if the ally is blessed. However, Satori's Ravenous Pack skill marks Tristan with foxfire symbols, nullifying his energy gain and leaving him vulnerable to Satori's relentless assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Tristan's reliance on Blessed Vanguard, showcasing his tactical mastery on the battlefield. Dark Star falls prey to her reliance on her dodge stat, making her susceptible to Satori's cunning strategy. As Dark Star evades attacks with her dodge stat, each successful evasion grants her bonus energy, inadvertently aiding Satori's plans. Seizing upon this vulnerability, Satori marks Dark Star with foxfire symbols through his Ravenous Pack skill, nullifying her defensive advantage and leaving her vulnerable to his relentless assault. Yasmin's reliance on her dodge stat, compounded by her second skill which increases her dodge further, proves to be her downfall in the face of Satori's cunning strategy. With each successful evasion, Yasmin unwittingly grants herself bonus energy, inadvertently playing into Satori's hands. Seizing upon this opportunity, Satori marks Yasmin with foxfire symbols through his Ravenous Pack skill, nullifying her defensive advantage and leaving her vulnerable to his relentless assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Yasmin's reliance on her dodge stat and her skill, showcasing his tactical mastery on the battlefield. Alvana's Harmony of the Grove skill inadvertently exposes his entire team to Satori's cunning strategy. This skill grants bonus energy to protected heroes for absorbed damage and triggers the barrier again on all Grove Keepers. However, Satori marks these heroes with foxfire symbols, empowering himself and leaving Alvana's team vulnerable to his assault. Thus, Satori effectively counters Alvana's team-wide defense, showcasing his tactical mastery. In conclusion, Satori emerges as a formidable force on the battlefield, wielding his cunning strategy to effectively counter numerous heroes in hero wars. From Aurora to Dante, and from Elmir to Nebula, Satori's tactical mastery knows no bounds. By exploiting the vulnerabilities of his adversaries, particularly those reliant on dodge stats or bonus energy mechanics, Satori turns their strengths against them, leaving them vulnerable to his relentless assault. However, it's worth noting that while we've highlighted several heroes in this video, the list of Satori's potential counters is extensive and may include other heroes not mentioned here. Be sure to let us know in the comments if you've encountered any other heroes that Satori can effectively counter, as the dynamic nature of hero wars ensures that new strategies and synergies are constantly emerging. Stay vigilant, heroes, and may your battles be filled with triumph.